Good morning. It's a little bit early in the morning and I wanted to check on my winter sowing because I feel like maybe I should be transplanting something. So let's take a look inside of my cartons and see what kind of progress has been made. So the first one I want to look at is the sunflower. So let me undo this. I can already see that there's some little seedlings in there, so that's kind of exciting. All right, I made a big mess of this. Arg. Okay. Wow. I'm going to definitely do something with them today because I don't think they should stay in the bin any longer. All right, here's the Nasturtiums. This is a little bit easier to come off. Well, just as I said that, I'm having a trouble. Okay. What? Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and one looks like it's growing up. I don't know. I feel like I should also transplant those. Okay. Now here's the Hollyhock. Let's see what's going on. I don't feel like this was the best container. Somehow the thicker plastic transparent container I don't feel like was as good of a humidifier. I don't know why I think that. It just never felt like there was enough moisture. I can see one little green guy in there. Now the thing about the hollyhocks is that I was just trying this out to winter sow. I have a boatload of hollyhock seeds from last year. Only one hollyhock. You know, I have a lot of them and I think I'm gonna just I'll just let him continue to winter sow. So that'll be one that I am not going to transplant. Now this one, which is the milkweed, is the one that I am most interested in. One of my friends, actually a reader, she told me about this. I don't know how that happened. Oh, I think I know. I think that very early on in my blog, I showed a picture of a milkweed bug, which is actually, they're pretty interesting. The milkweed insect is pretty interesting. It's very colorful. And she wrote me and said, look, I have milkweed in my garden. And it was so beautiful. I said, all right, I'm buying some right now. So she influenced me to buy the milkweed. And I went online and I bought some of this gorgeous purple milkweed from Etsy. And so these are seeds that I actually bought. They're not from my garden. And I'm very excited to see what's going on in there. I actually kind of peeked and I don't think there's very good news. So let's see what's going on. All right, well that makes me mad. Of course, the one thing that I really want to work isn't working. Now, I will say that the package that I received from Etsy said that I should put it in the refrigerator for, several weeks, or I don't know how, maybe a month or so before I planted, which I did do. But I am noticing the ground is moist, but it's not wet. I don't know what happened. I'll continue to winter sow them and have great hopes. If anybody has any ideas about milkweed, let me know. Okay, here's the carrots. These are the purple cosmic carrots. I just happened to have some seeds for those, and they were such a success in my winter garden. I wanted to see. There's one little sprout here. So not completely successful, although these feel pretty dry. I'm going to give them a little bit of water and let them to continue to winter sow. And then the last one is the poppy. Let's see what's going on with him. All right, so there's nothing, no poppy popping. No poppy popping. I don't see any green shoots at all. It's pretty moist, so that could be good. Now the other thing is that these poppy seeds, I don't know where I got them. I think my daughter, when she bought some in DC, and they were a couple of years old. So maybe that these seeds are just not going to come up. But I will continue to let them winter sow, and I'm going to give them a little bit of water. So today I'm going to transplant the Nasturtiums, the Lemon Queen sunflower, and that's it. So those two were very successful winter seeds. So if you're thinking about doing it, sunflowers, Nasturtiums actually do work, even though they're tough little nuts. And let me just see. I'm going to put these in the garden. I'll show you. Okay, so here I am at my potting bench, and I've decided that I'm going to divide these sunflowers into two different chunks and then plant them in pots to see if I can get their little stems to grow stronger, and then I will probably have to thin them and let the strongest ones continue. I do have experience with transplanting sunflower shoots, because last year I planted mammoth sunflowers, and then I had this pang of conscience that I did need to thin them, but I didn't want to throw out all the little ones that I plucked up. So I plucked them up, set them aside, and replanted them in different parts of the garden. And some of them actually did quite well, and none of them turned out to be the mammoth sunflower that the initial ones did. But some of them got to be 4 feet or more and had lovely large heads. Some of them didn't make it. So I'm not so sure about the transplanting of sunflowers here, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to fill pots with potting soil and then just dip these in and put them in the raised bed garden to see how they'll do. So I'll try it. So I'm going to use these terracotta pots. Everything that I'm using in the garden in many ways is repurposed. These terracotta pots I bought for my daughter Jenny's wedding. And I had little terracotta pots filled with, what did I put in them? Not geraniums, maybe petunias. Anyways, I wanted a little color in the garden, and so I filled these pots with color. And now I'm going to use them for my sunflowers. So here's the sunflower pot. And so I have divided this in two. Now let me see if I can sort of get this out as a whole piece without trampling on things here. I don't know. This little guy was already boofed over, so. Okay, I'm having a brilliant idea. Okay, wait, I'm having a brilliant idea, which I should have had like 5 minutes ago. All right, I should just cut the pot, because who cares about these stupid plastic pots? I'm just gonna cut it, and then I'll be able to more easily get them out. I hope I haven't ruined them. All right, I need a scissors. Hold on. You can see here. I bet you were all thinking, why isn't she just cutting the pot? I wish I had you on the phone, and then I wouldn't have done such a dumb thing. That's okay. I finally came to the proper the proper answer. So you can see this is what they looked like when I thinned them. They were just like little guys like this, and like I said, some of them turned out and some of them didn't. All right, well, let's see if I can get this guy out. This half of a box, get him out. Oops, need a little more space, hold on. Okay. Give him a little more soil and see if I can get some of those to grow. All right, so I put them here in my raised bed garden. You know, I probably could have just planted them in the raised bed garden, but I think this will be good. They'll be a little more protected. I'll make sure that they get the proper water, and then I'll thin them, and hopefully I'll have some lovely lemon queen sunflowers in maybe a very unorthodox way to plant. I decided to just plant my nasturtiums straight in the raised garden bed because after all, they're edible flowers, so you know, that's okay. They're like a little veg. And the soil is still very hard over there, even though I do have a jackhammer. I think I'll just plant them here. So I'm going to use the new knowledge that I've gained from doing these little guys, which is I have my pruner, and I'm just going to open it up with my pruner and then just dig a hole and put these in. Okay, come on, little guys. You know, my in-laws, oops, that wasn't good. My in-laws live, not my in-laws, my daughter's in-laws live in New Jersey, and they are, you know, up to their hips in snow, and then more snow this weekend, and here I am, you know, planting my spring crops and thinking about bulbs sprouting and getting into the ground, and they can't even see their ground. It's just a totally different life, isn't it? So I would like to have snow, but I'm also grateful that I have the ability to garden all year long.